another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. For so up in our place, so calling up in a day. Get up, make every day count up. Wasting people, push up, with your rocket. Where you need to look and do it forward. Or in your vehicle, not a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not sure, it no matter even if you're at home. Just calling. Up in a bed. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. For so up in our place, so calling up in a bed. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show of people. Billies on a hook for the meanest reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. It's not a solution, yeah. No respect, concept, business and corporation. That's how we need to build a foundation. We are the people.
Good morning, please. Welcome to the WB Wake Belize Morning Vibes. It's Wednesday morning, the 18th of December, 2024. We are thankful that we are here, we have health, strength, and that you are here, either by radio or television. That's Creme Radio, that's XTV. You've gotten here via apps, via social media streams, via simulcast coverage. Man, it's just delicious, just your presence. And also, more importantly, that you are able to and have the intentions to join us. You know that's what this is about. Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. I'm your host this morning, Mose, Hyde. And we trust that you've gotten up this morning in great health. Your energy level, of course, we hope, is high. Your vibration is positive, and that you've got time and space to be with us. Right now, we're going to serve up the preliminaries, the warm-ups. Of course, we've got some morning news for you, but before we do that, we've got the weather information. So you know what kind of day we have. It's an important thing. We've got the National Meteorological Service to serve up this weather forecast. We have meteorologist Francisco Wellington to start it off. So with that, we jump into the forecast, and thereafter, we've got your news.
Morning, relatively mild conditions will support cloudy spells with a few showers or periods of light rain mainly over central and northern areas today, then mainly along the coast tonight. In the outlook for Thursday and Thursday night, isolated showers or light rain will continue to affect mainly coastal areas. Winds today will blow from the north and northwest at 5 to 10 knots and seas will be slight. Low tides will occur at 6:44 this morning and 5:39 this evening. High tides follow at 12:45 this afternoon and 11:54 tonight. Temperatures this afternoon will peak at 70 Fahrenheit up in the Man Mountains, 80 along the coast and 82 inland. The moon will set at 9:19 this morning and the sun will go down at 5:22 this evening. In the sargassum forecast, impacts, if any, from sargassum will continue to be minimal as observations show little to no sargassum over our area. And that's the latest from the Belize Weather Bureau. Do have a pleasant day.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989. Presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news. The first private radio in Belize since 1989. Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
I'm making news this morning. For the second time in a little over 3 months, there has been an incident involving a vessel belonging to the Guatemalan Armed Forces violating Belize's waters. The commandant of the Belize Coast Guard, where Admiral Elton Bennett, reported that the sighting occurred at 8:30 Tuesday morning.
Our patrol at the forward operating base at Hunting Key sighted a Guatemalan Navy nearby. The patrol departed Hunting Key and went in the direction of Ragged Key, which is about 3 miles south of Hunting Key. They encountered the Guatemalan naval vessel within our waters. This was a 65-feet patrol boat that appears to be a hydrography vessel owned and operated by the Guatemalan Navy. Our patrol commander informed the Guatemalan Navy patrol commander that they were inside Belizean waters. There was an exchange back and forth. The Guatemalan Navy stated that they were inside Guatemala. We told them that they were inside Belize. That exchange occurred for about 20 minutes. They then departed, and we escorted them outside of Belizean waters. So that's the extent of the engagement this morning. I know that there were reports of a grounding, and there's also a report of weapons being drawn. None of that is accurate. There were no grounding of any vessels in that area, or no weapons were drawn. There was a verbal communication in between our patrol and the Guatemalan Navy.
What is a hydrography vessel?
It's a vessel that does research in terms of doing bathymetry surveys and so forth, but it's a naval vessel.
Why would they do that? Why does a Navy have that?
To chart waters.
While Bennett did not report during the interview, the last incident occurred in September this year when two vessels entered Belize's waters. And such incident will mean a Guatemalan naval vessel is in Belize waters other than in the Sarstoon area when the Belize territorial volunteers are visiting the island.
This is the second sighting that we've had in perhaps 2 or 3 years. So it's not a usual occurrence that we would see the Guatemalan Navy patrolling in that area. So I cannot explain why they would be patrolling inside our sea spaces.
Does this give the Coast Guard any reason, purpose to now maybe step up your patrols in that area? Maybe they come more often, but I don't know how regular your patrols are.
So this is a sighting from Hunting Key. We have a forward operating base at Hunting Key in the Sapodilla Range for this purpose of maintaining sovereignty. So that sighting, once it is established, the patrol will deploy from there. So I can't say that we would need to escalate or improve our operations. We have been doing operations from there, and we've been able to maintain our territorial integrity from forward operating base at Hunting Key. So this is just a good example of our forward operating base at Hunting Key performing its duty in terms of maintaining sovereignty.
Also, in terms of having GPS so that you get your coordinates, and I know that is something that's possible, why wouldn't that be used, or is it that it's used and Guatemala is just deciding we're going to push it, and because of the claim and say we are in Guatemalan waters when we know we're in Belize waters?
So we use GPS. That's how we can confirm that it was an incursion within Belizean waters. I cannot speak for the Guatemalan Navy. I cannot explain or justify their actions. What I can say is that the Belize Coast Guard responded, informed them that they were inside Belizean waters, and they eventually left. So I can't say that they are not using GPS. We weren't on board their vessel, and they have not communicated to us anything other than what transpired underground in terms of communication between the two patrol commanders.
So you've said that there's going to be a report, and that's normal to be provided to the higher-ups within the ministry responsible for the Coast Guard, for them to then pass that on to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for a protest note to be issued. What happened in the last case, and I can't remember exactly how many months ago that one was, but we shouldn't have a repeat if there was a protest note.
Our protest note does not stop a country from continuing to violate another territory. It does not stop. What it does is register a complaint, and then you build a case from there.
Commandant Bennett explained that the sea space is not included in the confidence building measures between the two countries, so the OAS Adjacency Zone Office would not investigate such incidents. In a release titled Guatemalan Patrol Boat Illegally Enters Belizean Waters, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Tuesday evening addressed the incursion of the GAF vessel into Belize waters. It writes, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade will strongly protest the illegal incursion by the Guatemalan patrol boat into Belizean waters, and will call on the Guatemalan authorities to dissuade their armed forces from continuing to traverse into Belizean waters without authorization from Belizean authorities. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade will continue to engage with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Guatemala to insist that its armed forces respect the maritime and territorial integrity of Belize and its internationally recognized borders. The Belize Coast Guard is expected to have its own multi-million-dollar coastal patrol vessel sometime in 2025. A tender was submitted earlier this year for the acquisition of two 25.6 to 33.5 meter vessels that would have a 500-mile range and will allow patrols into an exclusive economic zone. Documentation was to be signed by the end of this year, but there has been a bit of delay in the tender process.
We had a tender out earlier this year. We decided not to accept any of the submissions that were made. They did not meet our criteria. So we went back to the drawing table, and we're going to retender to try to get the best that we can. So we will be sending out a tender again for that.
And that's local tenders?
No, those are international tenders.
So what may have led to, is it the cost, it was above your price range, or, because it's 10 million Belize?
So this is a $8 million tender, and the submission that were made from the shipyards did not satisfy our needs. Therefore, we decided not to accept any of them, but we will be re-tendering again.
Specifications in a sense as to what the vessel should have?
Yes.
Okay.
And cost as well.
There were reports of concerns from soldiers in the Belize Defense Force that they were nearing deployment to Haiti, potentially as early as January 2025, to join the multinational security support mission. The United Nations and the United States have said this will help bring stability to the Caribbean nation, but groups in Haiti and abroad have advocated for the Haitian people to find their own solutions without interference from outside forces. The Belize government has committed to send around 50 members of Belize's security forces to join the MSS. 2 senior officers went ahead and are currently in Haiti. Reports were getting out that the Belize soldiers do not believe they are going to get the allowances that are due to them for such a mission. Yesterday, the commandant of the Belize Coast Guard fielded questions about the deployment of sailors on this mission.
Yes, we have committed to supporting with personnel for Haiti.
So then, in the case of the soldiers, we have heard complaints that, for instance, the allowances that they are due are not being met. But I'm not sure, I haven't heard anything about elements of the Coast Guard complaining.
Therefore, I can't speak to it.
So you're that, so then.
So I have received no complaints about any promises. Listen, our sailors have not yet deployed. So I am not aware of any complaints about allowances.
However, the government has insisted that certain needs and certain requirements must be met, and your sailors must be content with what they are being offered to go out there.
Yeah, the Minister of Defense has a 10-point requirement for us to meet before deployment. We have not yet reached that 10-point requirement. There are still certain things that needs to be met in order for us to deploy, but we are working on it.
So no timeline yet for deployment?
We don't have a timeline yet until we've met all of those criteria.
Because they had said it would be in January.
There's a possible timeline in January. It all depends on when we've met all of the requirement.
And you're sending how many, was it?
We should be sending a platoon from Belize.
Acting on a recommendation from the Criminal Justice Board, the Vicenio administration at Friday's House meeting introduced a bill to amend the Senior Courts Act of 2022 to address how appellants in inferior appeals are served when there is no useful contact information for them. Here is Minister of Political and Constitutional Reform, Henry Usher.
The board, in reviewing the existing inferior appellate regime, unearthed an issue which required some legislative intervention, and consequently wrote the Attorney General's Ministry requesting for amendments to the Senior Courts Act to be done to address this issue. This issue, Madam Speaker, is the inability of the court under the current laws to serve notices to appellants to inferior appeals, in instances where the court office has no address, physical or otherwise, for the appellants to be served, nor any useful means of how to contact them. Ordinarily, provisions for what is called substituted service of related appeals documents on an appellant would address this problem. However, Madam Speaker, the existing provisions for substituted service would not address the issue due to lack of personal contact information on the files. Section 128 of the Senior Courts Act allows for notices and other documents related to appeals from inferior courts to be served electronically, by registered post, or by delivering or leaving the notice at the person's last known address. Even though the law provides for alternative methods of service, Madam Speaker, for Section 128 to be utilized effectively by the courts, it would still require the court's office to have possession of the relevant contact information for the persons to be served. In many instances, this is not the case. In view of the current circumstances, Madam Speaker, this Senior Courts Amendment Bill is necessary to allow for the enlargement of the provisions for substituted service in Section 128 of the Act by public advertisement. The bill introduces a new subsection 2 to Section 128 of the Senior Courts Act to allow for substituted service by way of a newspaper of general circulation, on a Senior Courts official website, or through a local media outlet. With this amendment, Madam Speaker, the senior courts will be able to effectively deal with the backlog of inferior appeals and ensure adherence with the Constitution of Belize, which pursuant to Section 6.3 affords appellants the right to have notice of the date, time and place of an appeal and to a reasonable opportunity of appearing before the court.
Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science and Technology, Honorable Dr. Louis Zabane, on Friday addressed the OAS Inter-American Council for Integral Development's 7th meeting of ministers and high authorities of science and technology that took place in Washington, D.C. over a 2-day period. The meeting is the highest forum in the Americas for the design and execution of public policies, as well as establishing alliances to help develop areas of science, technology, and innovation. The focus for last week's meeting was artificial intelligence. At the end of the meeting, the ministers and high-level authorities adopted a declaration and action plan focused on the safe, secure, and trustworthy development and deployment of AI in the Americas. In his speech, Dr. Zabane reported that Belize is developing a first-ever national science, technology, and innovation strategy and action plan with assistance from the IDB, Taiwan, and South Korea.
In essence, we wish to lead there rather than leapfrog and to reverse the brain drain. You heard it here first, lead there. We appreciate very much this opportunity to share our experiences and to learn from the many ideas and initiatives shared at this meeting. We recognize the need to train our policymakers, our public servants, and other relevant stakeholders on the benefits and risks of AI. Our investments in transforming our education system, which is a challenging work in progress, is aimed at providing the competencies to our graduates to bring greater levels of productivity to our economy, build our social cohesion, strengthen our institutions, and sustainably manage our environment, all aimed at the sustainable human development of our country. And we certainly look forward to collaborating on these important ideas, initiatives, and programs.
The United States is contributing $1.1 million US in grant funding to the development of the AI framework for the Americas that will be spearheaded by the OAS Executive Secretariat for Integral Development. It is expected to bring together decision makers from governments, the private sector, and academia in the hemisphere. Apart from policy and institutional frameworks, there will be a focus on good practices and key actions, as well as AI standards, development, and skills building and training. This will include identifying, assessing, and documenting good practices and key policies, regulatory and institutional actions to successfully deploy AI, mitigate risks, minimize negative impacts, and amplify positive outcomes, as well as certifications on AI. And that's the end of this news update. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to open up for conversation. You're listening to Creme Radio, you're watching XTV.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989. The news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports.
All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. I'm hearing the, thank you very much. It's Wednesday morning and it's the 18th of December 2024, and you might be seeing, if you're watching XTV, that there are other people on the set. As soon as they're able to show it, we are joined by, at present, Sister Yaya Marin Coleman, and to my right I have Charity himself with Marshall Nunes, and we should have folks in on our Zoom. And if you're asking, well, why is that happening, is because this morning we are dedicating a bit of our airtime here to reflecting on 25 years of WB. I've said it a couple of times that the month of December is actually the 25th year of WB coming to you. Started as radio and then eventually lifted itself onto the television screen. I have a very short time with the, I believe, who do we have on Zoom, Christy? Hello? Can we get, because Khalida has a very short window with us this morning, so I have to take, I have minutes, just a couple of minutes with Khalida this morning, as her schedule does not permit her to be with us for an extended period of time, but we do have to have at least one spoonful of Her Excellency on a morning when we are marking the 25 years. You agree, man?
I agree.
So even if we get one lead drop, Marsha, yeah, we give thanks. As soon as they tell me that she is up on the Zoom, then we get.
There she is.
Oh, there she is. So are you hearing me, Kalila? I am not hearing you.
Morning.
No, I'm hearing you. I don't expect any kind of hiccups with you when it comes to a Zoom call, Khalida.
Have to make sure you're prepared.
All right. Meetings, I know you're on a very tight schedule. We are deeply thankful that you even make yourself available for whatever length of time you can be here this morning. So we are, of course, as I've said to listeners and viewers, marking 25 years of WB. And you spent a good number of mornings here in the early going, foundational member of the WB fraternity. So we had to have you just for a little bit. Tell me what's going on, because it's your flow. I know your time is short.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It's been 25 years since WB's been on the air, and from 2005 to about 2008. 3 years feels like much longer, because it feels like it was a substantial part of my life and in shaping who I am today, doing all the things that I do today, doing all the work. It really set that foundation. So I just want to wish you guys a happy 25th anniversary, and it's good to see all your faces. Hey Yaya, hey Marshall, hey everybody, Morning Vibes.
All right, thank you very much. I don't know, again, you're on the schedule, so
it's a good 5 more minutes.
You have 5 minutes, okay, so Marsh, you are not hearing Khalida.
Yeah.
You're not hearing. So we're just trying to connect Marshall's earpiece so that he can hear you, but she did say hi to you, Marshall.
Hi, my name is Khalida.
Again, we've invited most of the folks who have ever participated in hosting WB. And so I have to ask you before you go, what's your best WB memory? Because, you have to tell us that before you go.
Best WB memory, my goodness, there's so many. I think it's not just a specific WB memory. That whole period in 2005, when a lot was happening politically, we were there. WB was on the ground. We were, running the reports. We were doing the news. We were talking about it. We were shaping Belizean conversation around that time, and I think just the influence and the impact we had during that time and beyond, I think that is what stands out to me.
All right. I was going to rephrase the question because I guess it's challenging to find, just right off the top of your head. your number one memory. I guess you've kind of answered what I would have rephrased the question to be, like, what was the best part of the WUB for you? And I think that you kind of preemptively answered that question. Marshall, I don't know if you have Sister Yaya, anything to say to Khalila while she's still here.
Yes, Khalila, morning.
What, sister?
I think you must the be louder.
Yeah, the be louder.
I'm naturally louder.
Microphones work. The microphones work.
I have to try conversation.
Yes.
You may give the time frame when you were hosting. What?
You didn't hear her?
No, I didn't, because I have my mind.
2000. Yeah, go ahead, Khalila.
Yeah, 2005 to 2008.
2005 to 2008. What was a challenging experience for you hosting WUB?
Me outside.
To my son coming out of the room, say hi, say good morning.
You never had me every day. You never had me some then.
You want to be part of the? You want to be part of the interview too?
Yeah.
Come. I guess not. We're actually getting ready to go on our Christmas vacation, so we're about to go we're about to travel.
Okay.
So they're waiting on me. But
what was a challenging time for you in WUB?
challenging time, waking up early.
Honesty is good for you, you know.
Yes. In the morning to get ready for the WUB, and having to turn your mind on that early in the morning. I think beyond that, challenging times.
We lost your volume, Khalila.
We used to get a lot of calls from like grieving mothers, and that used to be really, really, really tough. Like, I remember we went through a period where almost every morning we had somebody calling, crying, and that was mentally tough to hear all the time. I'd say that was a challenging time.
Thanks for sharing that.
Marsh, before we lose Khalila, because she's in demand now.
Yeah. Well, I think Khalila, way back then as a young girl, was create a little bit a balance. A little bit of balance. You know, Mose is my brother, but Mose, well, he's better now, he's more mature, but Mose does, Khalila does create the level of calm and balance from the show. I think that's why people...
If I could convert that into language, they say that I'm a raw and wild, and Khalila brought stability and constructive energy. That's what it almost sounds like you're saying, you know, Marshall.
Not interpreted that kind. Just like, Khalila bring the calm. She was calm.
One of the things where I remember about Khalila, Icon 2006, is her thoroughness and comprehensiveness, especially to details. And then it delivered in such a matter-of-fact way, like she just noticed, no, they like to research and work. And then we grow, like I bring in Khalila, where with community support, of course, and her own initiative, we're past she didn't know in a media, like, yo, Zinfence as usual, nourish and nurture Khalila for fly, like they fly now. We claim your heart and promises.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are proud.
That's part of my foundation, for sure. Never forget them days behind the zinc fence.
Yeah, to Marshall's point, I don't recall a single morning or moment when, no matter how topsy-turvy it became or how riled up I was, Khalila never lost her composure. She was just the best at composure keeping.
Right.
I don't think any WB host has ever matched that level of maintaining composure once the camera is on. She was rocking that always stoic style. All right. Sister Khalila, I know you have your family commitment. We thank you very much for joining us. And it means a lot to us.
Thank you. So
Thanks,
good to be
Khalila.
here, and happy anniversary once again.
Celebrating, have a lot of fun.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
All right. So that, as we mentioned this morning in our conversation, we're kind of reflecting on 25 years of WUB, and that's why Khalila joined us for a brief moment, as she's not able to stay longer. But we do have some folks who'll be able to stay longer. Sister Yaya has a scheduled protest. Sister Yaya, she is different. You know, it's the thing is that, you know, I guess
42 years and still the same.
What's that?
42 years and still the same.
Who that is, Sister Yaya?
I don't know if good thing or a bad thing. That's good. I don't know.
It's a good thing. Sister Yaya, you've mostly been the substitute host. the bench, the coming off the bench.
Yes.
You've not really been a full-time host on the show per se, but you've really held the show down many mornings, bringing your unique style, because the style of the show must bend to Sister Yaya rather than the other way around.
Yeah, true.
That's just the way it is.
What I mean by that exactly was?
Meaning when you come here, you do you, rather than try fit into whatever that the WUB thing. Actually, I got Miss Konawe. Greenberg. We can't have Miss Konawe.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Happy and 25th anniversary with all the blessings to my creme, because you know that's my favorite place. I always want to be. And Kalila, you left too late, you left quick, but you know I'm short now, but I still love you because you always be great on the show. And I know I left out this hand, wait for nothing. Sorry. She's so good, Marsh. You're original.
OG.
So I always have to say, blessed thing, and blessed Belize, and blessed the cream, and Hyde. Boss man tell boss man Hyde. And what's up for the anniversary party?
Party? Sorry, this is right here. We're going to drink clean water. I want to dump my throat. The food really up on the line. We'll get too far.
I know they can bubble up something.
So I want to save it. Just stay tuned to the show, because you're in the big ups. You know that. But I give thanks that you called. Our friendship come out at WUB as so many others. But you know, you start giving love, then send things for where I start get fish tea, I start get panades, and then for the next thing you know,
I carry a pot of crab soup.
I carry a pot. And, you put that note to the public. I held your pot captive for a month.
That's what you're full of, like to laugh, man.
Alright, and for sure, then after a while, actually, Miss Kuna started co-hosting on Friday mornings, Big Up Fridays.
Big Up Friday.
Yeah, so actually you did some legit host time without pay. So I can't.
without pay, with love.
With love. Miss Kuna, we are chatting more.
Alright. And big up the boss X to me, please.
Alright, straight.
Bye. No.
Let me take the call, because we're obligated to take calls at WUB. Krem, good morning, WUB.
Good morning, Krem at WUB.
Yes, brother.
Morning.
An important first on the show.
But I send you the Zoom link, birds. I don't know.
Oh, I said no Zoom link. I don't call from that. They tell me come on the show as usual.
I don't send you the Zoom link.
You Zoom link, then what are you say?
But I was invited, so first of all, I'm going to give me my card. Good morning, Krem family. Good morning, WUB. How are you doing? Long time I haven't seen you.
Morning, dear, but what I want to get about, you guys Zoom link for WUB, so asking you.
I don't want device. If you WhatsApp me the number, I got my personal way to link it up on Zoom, and I will be a part of the conversation tomorrow.
All right, we're going to send it to you in a short while, brother.
Thanks, sir. Have a good day, guys.
Yes, brother. We are joined now by Brother Noor Mohammed.
Yes, sir.
And we have here Sister Dominique Nawaz. They've all had, they've done their time.
They've done
I said they have done their time.
Yes, I said they two are the best choice and worst done time.
Yeah. No, let's rephrase that.
Yes.
They have spent time.
They have done their time on the WUB. On the WUB.
So we have.
We may save up the time after the.
Hey, listen, there's no structure to our conversation. It's really just reflecting on WB, paying respect to a process that we have all given of ourselves and time and energy to maintain and to hold up for those who have utilized it,
Yes.
whichever way they have utilized it, listened, watched, and all the other ways of participating in this process. So, Billy, you guys have the microphones. Sister Yaya, I think you were in the middle of saying something, or I don't know what was going on.
I don't remember neither. I know what I want to ask them though. I want to know how WB shaped them as a human being.
Well, you can't come in our host capacity. They know who.
We have conversations.
But you want me an interviewer, man. Okay, what is WB? You answer it first.
I would like to say what has shaped my life. That's the question.
She appoints herself as being the anchor. Listen to me. We have a bunch of people who are hosts who anchor, and she's appointing herself the anchor of all anchors.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I definitely have one greater appreciation for learning from grassroots people. For sure. For hearing it in a different way. And that's why I get to a point where I'm like, I don't want no guest from WB. I don't want no guest from WB. Just lower the callers there for call, and then, yeah, I read that. Okay, no one to say what I say.
What will be my greatest memory of WB? Without the phone ring.
Well, not the ring up here, the ring, somebody the call, I don't know.
But I remember the first, this is way back, the first show that we did on radio. You and I was the morning was when they had the incident with the Cuban boat that capsized the young man, Alien Gonzalez. And we were, that's the first time we hosted the show together, but I didn't know that so many Belizean people were in touch with what was taking place internationally. That show, for the most part, that man was on the international topic. Yeah.
Let me take this call. Okay, we lost the call. Sorry about that. So we still have to operate and the calls come first, Marshall.
We have to keep repeating it too.
280-584. Let me take this call. Krem, good morning, WB.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy anniversary, WB.
Give thanks.
From the 60 girls on the Havana.
It still exists?
That is from 25 years ago.
No, it's for longer than 25.
More than 25.
They're from rocker days.
Rocker, wow. And then for Eminem days.
They're before rocker days, but they still exist.
Rocker 35. The important to say, I think, as you know, that way back then, I'm a young boy.
We're not that. We're not young again. That's for sure.
We have no experience, right?
No.
I claim that.
Sister still living?
No, she's gone.
Sweet and sexy girls from Mahalamu.
Let us go to break, and then when we come back, we get Badanoe and Dominican and try our best to keep Sister Yaya in lane, drive in lanes. On a busy highway, whole lanes. We got 2 cents come. I hope that there is a good 2 cents come, because if not, I want to hear about myself again. So break, please. I hope that one good 2 cents come, because I want to get lost as I get lost yesterday.
Watching WB, and this is XTV, and each and every day we have a lot of accidents in our city, all right? I went to go find out the people in 2 cents. Why? We got so much accident to happen. Is it cellular phone? I don't wear a seatbelt. The people have to pay due care and attention. We go find out the people in 2 cents.
I believe that even if you say one green light, you still have to look out
All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's a full house of pure talkative people because, well, WB is reflecting on 25 years of being a conversation for listening and viewing Belizean people who have started their day by turn on a radio, turn on a TV, and choose to start it with Desetya. And so I've asked folks to join in. I think we do have folks in the Zoom. I think we have, at least I know we have Sharon Marvin Lewis, who held it down for a number of years here with us. So I think there's something with Sharon's camera. Okay, so she's only, we can only hear her, but good morning and welcome. And thank you, Sharon, for joining us this morning.
Morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we're hearing you.
Okay.
With a hum.
It's kind of strange because I never see myself and I never hear myself.
That's funny because we are still so sure, so dear, so but we never see yourself.
All right. But we do have a hum on that feed.
You have a see what then?
Huh? We have a hum. We go
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Good morning, everyone.
All right, we got David Almendaris up on the Zoom as well. Greetings, David. Yep. Could you hold the mic up? All right. So let us get Bodanule and Dominique because you guys have been here. Your thoughts as.
Well, I am thankful to have been a host here for over 8 years, and I have been hosting for so many years, but this experience here is closer to home, I guess because of my DNA involvement in the process that started this. So it has been a rewarding experience for me because I am in the forum that I think I am best able to bring out the best of myself. I've worked in several media, but I'm always cautious about their policy. But I never had that problem here. There was never, ever any hint of censorship here. Don't say this, don't go this direction. And that was very important to me. So that has been my experience.
Yeah, well, for me, I joined the set pretty young. I think there was a lot of growing up to do on set.
Yeah, you're close to being one of the youngest to ever hold a seat here. Yeah.
There was just a lot of, I mean, for me first it was, I'm obviously a fan of Mose Hyde, so there was a lot of time where I sat on set and I was just listening to him talk instead of being a host on the show. Yeah. But for me it's always a privilege and always an honor to be on this set that has been a zenith of popular culture and a space where conversations that are not so popular can be amplified for people who are everyday people, right? And so for me, I mean, sitting among giants, really, of people who drive conversation. And that's my opinion. Not you. If you don't feel so, not by you. But for me, I think I've been very honored to be seen as worthy to have hosted this show, which I have watched and has been a part of my daily consumption for as long as I can remember. I'm 27, the show has been around for 25 years.
Not
to be clear, Dominique, make sure she gets on it. Don't know how Dominique gets on the show.
You put it on Instagram?
Yes.
You put it on Instagram. All right, one second, David, I gotta see if Sharon is linked in. Is Sharon work mic is always okay? Sharon, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So what's going on, Sharon? Not seen or heard you in a long time. It's great to hear you.
Thank you. Same here. It's great to be a part of this conversation this morning. I didn't realize it was already 25 years. My goodness. That's a long, long time. But you know what? When Yara mentioned it to me, via text because I've really not been having a regular type of schedule. So I saw her, I really was able to respond late last night. And when she said 25 years, I did a little calculation. I'm not all that great at math, but I can do these calculations. And I said, oh, so I did 24% for the show, no? That must have Rick. I don't know. 24, 42, try. Just kidding, but yeah, the show really impacted my life in a big way, and I believe it still is because I can hardly go anywhere without people saying, "Oh, that's a Miss Sharon," or "Miss Sharon fan, where you be?" But like a gift that keeps giving. I'm really glad that criminalization has provided this platform for so many people who've, some have stayed, some have gone and moved on to do different things, but I believe that, I can't speak for everybody, but I believe that the impact of the WUB is huge in anybody's life who took that seat, and woke up early every morning from Monday to Friday to be welcomed into people's homes. Like, people meet me, I really think that I know them, and we're good friends just because of these conversations in the morning. So and I could recall how impactful the show was. I was on vacation one time in Kikaka, taking time off, and I heard the team song at the time that was playing, and I tell you, I would jump up and be like, what? I'm supposed to jump on the show? It was that ingrained in me, I was like, yeah, thanks for the memories, thanks for the experience, thanks for everything.
Shall you hear
me? An award by the Garifuna, National Garifuna Council too, for Wake Up Belize. I was like, wow, after all this time, thank you.
Yeah. We didn't hear your show. Are you hearing your show?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we actually reported that in the news that you were one of the honorees, and in fact also another host, Sister Katie, was honored as well for this year. So we're very proud of that. Sharon, don't leave. I'm very happy that you are here. We have maybe the most controversial host that has ever hosted the WUB. I think hands down.
Hands
down. David, greetings. Glad you could find the time and find the Zoom link and join me. We're not hearing you, David. We're not hearing David. We're not hearing David. I think your mic must be muted. Try it again. For a man who spends so much time online and the phone. 1, 2. What do you know, brother?
I would have issues.
Hello?
What's the internet issues?
Go ahead. We see you good, brother. We just know Yeah, you hear you now.
Can't bring on.
Go ahead, brother.
I hear you guys.
Yeah, go ahead. It's good. Go ahead, Dave. We just jump in.
No, I'm not saying that.
We'll hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and talk. We'll hear you. Look up the camera.
Classic movie, no?
No, WUB. We move through a lot of these issues all the time.
Could we lower it in? Yeah. Go ahead, David. We're hearing you, David. All right.
Like this.
Yeah. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
The trouble I do, we need putting extra effort to get married. Our car is better. I'll take it all because all of us, just like Dominique, I start my journey with the Creme family the exact same day as her. Maximum respect for Dominique because she has been through it too. Thanks to Brian Mose for letting me on the show. I want to big up Mr. X. wherever you are, can you be listening, Brother Rufus. And just like I want to echo Sister Marin just said, because once you're a part of the Crim family, I always be a part of the Crim family. There are lodge, there are organizations, and people embrace you. And I feel the love, and I appreciate the love. And especially in a time of COVID, when we really need help, the Crim show was very instrumental in helping me, my organization, and a lot of people get what the vehicle we need. And I thank the Crim organization also for being a voice for poor people, an echo for poor people. Sometimes we have no words to go, well, not a violence, we can't impact Crim. How will the problem solved? So for all that, I am grateful. And I'm happy that they run for 25 years. And I hope they run for another 25 years. Because it has a purpose in our society. And it helps people sometimes when they have nowhere to go. We go to the station, and with the station handle it. So for me, myself, I would got maximum respect for Crim, maximum respect for my Crim and the light, maximum respect for Zinc Fence, and the love for ours today, no matter what. One love to me, I love you too. Respect.
Give thanks,
Yes,
David.
Yeah.
Sharon, you still there? Is Sharon still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right. So Sharon, just as I've asked Camila, I have to ask you, and I guess to use one of Sister Yaya's question. What's the best part of having your WUB hosting, and what was the most challenging as a host?
The best part of being WUB, you said?
Yeah, best part of being when you were in the WUB, what was the best part of it? What was the part that really stands out? And then what was the most challenging part?
The part that really stands out is the fit some people got in, you know. It really make you jump up and say, okay, I guess I could do it, because these people think I can, you know. And I could recall the first week of being on the show, some woman had come to, I always tell a story though. Some women had come to the show and they needed help with school supplies, and I was like, but they came to me, you know, and I felt shocked at first. I was like, little old me, how can I do anything for you? But then I realized the power of media and how you could use your platform to really help people. And so reaching out to other people, I was able to assist them. And I think that, like David said, this show has really been that type of, that like one safety net for a lot of people, that like one 911 for people, that like one a number of things, you know. So one of the best things about the show is just the impact that people have had on me, allowing me to believe that I could really make an impact in their lives through that show, you know. I'd watch the show just like Dominique. Well, I'm not 27, but I was watching it for a while. You know, I used to watch Marshall, Miss Anne, you know, Mose, of course. And then it moved on with just Mose and Kalila. And so it was an honor for me to take on after that. And then the most challenging, I would say, is just being misunderstood when you share your opinion. Because it's like, sometimes people take your opinion out of context and then they misunderstand the point that you're trying to make. So that was challenging because, especially where the matters were, and a lot of them is sensitive, you know, I really didn't like being misunderstood. And then sometimes I ended up having conversations off the show. A lot of time, as a matter of fact, you know, your whole life turned into the show. Something I go out there, I just want to relax a little bit and think what somebody want to talk about, what opinion where you had about something, you know, and you don't want to be rude to people. So that part was challenging, you know, but it really helped me. It really helped me to be a people person.
I just want to say, because I have to say it, Sharon Marino is my biological sister. Younger sister, but she never has zinc before me. Oh, yeah. So that will be, as far as this 25 years, we are the only two biological sisters who have had the opportunity and the privilege to serve in this capacity. I don't people that call me honey.
One thing for me.
People that call me honey a lot, and they get the shit too. They call me honey, yeah.
So I want to go to Marshall. We wanted Miss Ann here. I think for people who don't know, so the original WUB, when it became WUB, was Marshall, Miss Ann, and myself, and it was a radio. And he remembers the story about the little boy from Cuba. But I always say, Marshall, that the very first topic that we spoke about in WUB, which is kind of weird, but the very first topic is, for me at least, was the very first thing I'd born out. Because I'm going through a season of burn out, right? And the first thing I born out, I made the advent of the new kind of Christmas lights, what they call the icicles. But I now the kind of light that take over, like how they could take over from a color. This light just when they come in, and I had a more traditional. It's not like Christmas. I like the big color bulbs. I want to know why we did bring in any lights that will look like so they fly, like when we did do this far. That's the first thing I burn out. Obviously unsuccessful because it take over. But it's kind so like, you know, people I guess associate me with the burnout and take on a lot of serious things, but it was a very frivolous matter I take on first.
It was very important to you.
Huh?
It was very important to you.
We put that then, but it's a good alone.
I don't know, I guess the reason why I referenced that to Marshall, I said that the WUB has been about big things and small things. Because so small things take over sometimes we expect. How we end up to talk about this? Right? Like if you take the full spectrum of things that we talk about, we go from
A to B.
We go to Z. We go from sunfly to whale shark in a minute. In a minute.
And it's because it's caller driven.
Yeah, so
they bring up anything.
That's the way it is. Marsh, before we go to our break and come back,
I think I'm unique as a host on the show.
If you may say so yourself.
Because I transitioned from ordinary citizen to politician while on the show. And as part of the city leaders, I still used to be on the show. And this show was very instrumental in helping me to do my work. You know, for a man like this one, I might have my black book because people call those street and Jane and so, and I had to write those things. So while I was on this show in WUB, the residents of the city and the supporters of WUB used to be part of the administration of the city through me. And so that is, nobody else can do that. Or nobody else have done that since.
And we're up with that too.
Yeah, we're up with me too. And like Sharon said, we're up now to finish on the show done. But it really helped me to be the success I was, I think, at the municipal level. I'm grateful for the show tonight.
Sure.
All right, I know that we have some folks that have been trying to call in, but it's kind of difficult for us to kind of interrupt because they're kind of very significant time for to have their folks check their busy schedule. I said I want to say this to those who are on Zoom. We do have Le Petit sending a package over this side. I don't want you to feel that we are trying, that we would have wanted you here to get some of this.
Enjoy it virtually.
We will on your behalf.
Yes. Watch us enjoy.
Yeah,
Listen. Christmas, the local telephone pick up your package that is taking hours. So don't make that child to get away from
We have to also appreciate those generosity because he's showing to do virtual.
I just don't want the word get out. You know they want me there. When you talk while in there, yes, no one say, what? I don't want Sharon to be able to burn me like that.
No, let's say that girl just said far away.
Well, I want to reach out to Brother Edison Trapp. for, you know, I mean, listen, Le Petit has in the past provided us with only 2 items like on Fridays and so, and but Addison Trap and his team really reached out and said, yo, damn, make this thing to that with the 25th anniversary, and I really couldn't have ask for more important support, because I can't get folks going and, you know, like, not try, you know, we're not got nothing, you know, grand, but still, you know.
And all I have this
I should have gone over there.
Yes, shall we could still make it? Yeah, we're going to break and have to respect the break, come back and continue.
You say, catch me with the food.
In Belize, diversity is our strength. From the vibrant
to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. We're in a reflection mode this morning. We talk about ourselves. And we ask your indulgence. It's 25 years that felt like it really was just like that. 25 years, it's a huge number to say that you've been doing something for 25 years. We started, really, for me, we have Marshall, who is one of the originals. Miss Anne was unable to join him. For a brief moment, we had Kalila on. We have Sharon. We're very grateful and delighted to have Sharon Marin Lewis with us. We have a call. WUB, good morning.
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 Good morning. Hello? Good morning. You see, we catch you this morning, but Kalimore, is that you don't complain that you can't get a stream and you are the only person right now on planet Earth where they have such difficulties. That means either something wrong with your technology or something wrong with your commitment. Either way, Brother Kalimore, the fact remains is that you just don't walk right into our celebration and then you never know that our celebration is going. We honor 25 years at W this morning, and so we're thankful that we've had several of the persons who have been hosting the show with us. We had Her Excellency Kalila Enriquez for the first part. We have Dominique, we have Marshall, we got Yaya, we got Nuru, we had David, we got Sharon. We hope we have Sister India come in once she could get that signal from way there and connect with we. So I want to just thank you for your contribution, your family's contribution to Zinc Mass. Actually, you know that the only harm we give upon Zinc Mass come from you. Because we know got smiling meets again. So if you know the come for pay respect to really honoring where they go here, then you have to call back to deal with other matters of consequence and.
When I was recording, I might as well take a shot. You know, in 25 years, I've been calling the show, maybe for them too. But I was telling recently, I was rudely chastised. I was treated unfairly. There was a time when I was banned from a certain radio station and I needed to vent. And when I called WUB, boy, they just treated me rough, boy. They shut me down, they twitched me so they said, not here today. You're not going to vent on my show. Go back to your place here and have an event. I took it. It was hurtful. But like other things, I've got no hurt. But I don't think that it was fair because why couldn't you just let me vent? But if I won't do it, then we just do it by doing it. I must say, you have never set me down. You have always given me the opportunity to free your mind and then your body will follow. You see? But I was roughly up the days and then, and I think because he knew that I needed to vent, and then he said, well, you know, we can't bring them and be able to do this and we said, which I agree about certain things. But I was, I do enjoy the show, and I hope you guys have 25 more. I wish that I could partake with the same thing.
I'm happy that
my daughter said
you
that.
give me an opportunity, Kalimore, to just say that one of the best part of WUB in my life is that, especially for people who know me, know that I got social anxiety. I'm not good with, and not because I don't love people, I don't have a comfort zone, you know. Like the worst thing you could do for me that put me in a room as people where I don't know and tell me if you socialize. Like I know got a skill. Some people used to think, Marshall, that a bad ways I got.
Yeah.
People used to say, yeah, he not the same person when he stuck up, he got bad ways. But really and truly that's something where social anxiety is a real thing. And I got that. And if I never seek this process, a lot of people have become major people in my life. I wouldn't have me. I wouldn't have know. And this show generates some serious relationships. It generates a relationship with Miss Carol and her family, Larry, Erland. Then come in my consciousness through the show.
And this is how?
This is how Miss Kuna come in my consciousness through WUB. Miss Westby, morning to you, Miss Westby. Yeah, come in my consciousness. Brother Reyes.
What the hell name when he started
Michael Reyes.
Mr. Michael Reyes. Miss Vio. No,
Yes.
I know Miss Vio. Miss Vio from OG from before. Miss Vio used to know me old lady and thing. But then some of the relationships that come out having this forum and that are like, you know, like when if you got a deficiency and then something able for could put that in your diet and put that in your reality and put that in your existence, then that thing has been of immense importance to you. And so this whole process here, that one of the things where I could say selfishly has made my existence and journey like just so much better, because you meet really good people where show you a lot of, and there are so many other people, but there are the people where the relationships are like right out of this WUB thing. And but Colin Moore, there's a number of callers where over the years have been, I want to pay respect to people where then I'm like the bedrock of the show one time, the late Nurse Goff.
Yeah.
I remember Nurse Goff used to call me.
Sandra.
I want to go through the list of people who I know, we have lost a number of people, right? Who used to call me. We got a brother who passed away while on the line here. The man name, they miss me. But he actually started calling the show for a long time before I even know what he do. You know, but his honesty, and I can't bring the man name, but he actually one of the first persons calling, actually upon the call when he passed, he made a mention about where they go on over in China, why we know they do nothing. Like the callers, and of course, Miss Corey, who, they are the teacher, right? Foundation, and well, for people who don't know, Miss Corey is a part of my childhood. So she's a relative of mine, but she's a part of my childhood. One of my memories of being a child was being taken to the whole Redeemer Christmas Fair by Miss Corey. I don't even know if she knows I have that memory very embedded in my consciousness. I can remember it clearly. That's how much I know I've been connected to Miss Corey. And then, of course, most of you don't know, we went different ways coming up into young adults. They never had no contact at all with Miss Corey for a very long time. And it's just via this process that we have had these conversations over a period of time. And that has been now our connection, me as who I am now as a man. That's the WUB giving me. I don't know if it has, what it has given to the people who have listened and watched. I can tell you that the knowledge, the friendships, I mean, I feel like WUB has made me a millionaire, has given me a millionaire, a billionaire reality, which I can't go to a store and buy. So I am forever grateful to having been in this space and found this lane, Sister Yaya. So, and again, the people that I've shared this space with, because then they walk in on something where they could relate, because they experience this thing. There's forever going to be a connection and nothing but love and respect for everybody. Where putting yourself out here, back at this desk, because people not play with you when you come back at this desk.
Yeah.
Then watch you and hear everything what you're saying. You say the wrong thing on the wrong matter, and they like brother Kalimu, they do right, you know. They want to come and tell you, well, they not so that go at WB, that way they, and they don't rough stuff, and all of we get that rough. Sister Sharon, you could jump in. All we get that rough up, right?
I just want to say 2020 and his name was Keith Carranza Swift.
Carranza. Yes, Kalamo, wrap up and leave because I know you're man.
I will wrap up. I will tell you this, brother Mose. If I knew that I'm a very violent person, but if I knew before I started calling the radio that releasing the things that were in my head and making me angry was easier and get locked up so many times, I wouldn't have ever got locked up. But the radio has given me a new voice. I have learned to let it go, let it go, let it go. And I'm grateful for that voice. I go all over the country and I have to tell some people sometimes, nope, that's not me, that's my cousin. I don't know who they is, I do not know that guy. But I can't get away with not now because I wouldn't know they know what I mean. So, but there is a lot of time that my body sing a song and say I have so much things to say. And if I don't get it off my chest, I'm an angry and bitter person. And thanks to all the radio who have allowed me to vent my frustration. You understand me? Yes. And I'm a better person for it, boss.
Alright, before you go, did you check out the poem? Because you were supposed to hit me back, but you know hit me back.
Well, I know the wasn't it, but as soon as I did it, I will call them up.
Give thanks, respect.
Alright, boss, yeah.
Alright.
Most as well, did a reflection, you know, my early years, so remember, Attorney Lois Youngbarrow.
A major...
once anything that had any kind of legal implications, she'd be the first to call and give the clarification to us while we were on this.
There's a list of people that we have to recognize who have, because you know, to become a consistent caller, that almost for sharing the responsibility of the whole school. Because then you start you are not treated as a visitor at WUB anymore. You are, even though it might not be your intention, you are connected to that. And so, you know, we have to respect them people were put out in positions consistently.
Let's not forget Mr. Torres.
You see when you start this road here? So when you start this road, you go down this lane here? This has to be one of the last lanes we go down, because this is all lane we go in. I'm telling you that. Shara, you got to jump in, and I see we got Sister India on the Zoom. Shara, I wanted you to just comment on, you know, just the fact that part of this is rough up to now.
Yes.
I don't hear Sister Shara. Is she still there?
Yes.
Yes, I'm still here, but I have to, I can wait on my car, can put on my radio, because I can't hear run up on the Zoom. And I laugh up too, and I feel left out. I want to laugh too. What was the question, Mose?
I was just saying that we were just calling out the fact that the people who have been a part of this understand that the part of it is that people keep it to a standard. You know,
yes.
They come after you. They come after you. They step by you. They sort you out.
Yes.
They do. They have a little thing past social media where they like say when people end up embarrassing themselves, they go embarrassing, and I hear the heavily song in my head sometimes when that's why I used to really start to watch what I say out of my mouth, because you might give stats. So you say you have to use words like approximately or I believe, I could be wrong. You know, you have to learn to talk. Because when you go this like you know everything, you get put in a check quick. They shouldn't even done and somebody don't call and say, hey, please make me sure I know that this is how this thing really go. Or make Mose know he talk the wrong thing right now, because I gotta start speaking and send you picture, and send you email, video, anything I want make they know, make you know that you have it wrong. So and I really love it, because that's where we have that you know, you have that clarity, you have that backup.
You know who me sort me out, Sister Shah, you know who me sort me out? But one of my all-time sort out. I mean, right down to your molecules you make out that. Groove Master Man.
Hey!
God bless the dead. I gonna cookie tree, gonna groove yard and groove me there by old lady house, and I don't know what it was. And I can't remember your mom's name, groove, but that your mom. And that me like early in a W, I'm full up of myself. And groove man look for me. He said, me listen to your show. He said, but make I tell you something, son. You really think you know everything. He said, you don't know a damn thing. And when I tell you, he said, you have to learn over the circle. He said, you need one thing you might, no, stop acting, stop the, and he said, you have to listen to yourself so you know how to come across the people. And I took it, and I listened. I felt it was fair, and I felt that it was done not in a no. Never made it mince words, never made it powder nothing. But I felt it came from somebody who just be better, son. Be better. You up here with TV and with radio. You have to go humble up yourself, and it really. I never forget it. It's in my head, you know. So that's not the only sort out I get, but that's one of the 5-star sort out. 5 stars.
Then just a quick one, you know who sat me out? Evan X.
Sharon?
Evan X. I say the person who sat me out memorably, Evan X. Evan X Hyde. Yep.
Well, you know what I get that from? I get that.
I remember very early in the days when I think them to me, you are just for me. So,
sort out yet.
You say know that you all are up there, you have to watch every news. You have to read every newspaper, local, international.
That's strange.
I don't know what that means, you know, in a phonist.
Listen, India, you get put to right up on the show. Like people will tell you, don't come tell me about we not eat this and we not eat that. Huh? You know how we go. You're not hearing us, Sister India? Are you hearing us?
What you say?
What you say? We got to work on your audio, Sister India, because I think you want to show us your background. We love it, but I don't think you're hearing well. We're going on a quick break, come back and try to resolve that, because you have to cohere with Sister India. See, Sharon went into her car to get us, so you have to figure out how to hear. Huh?
I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, all right, that's great. We have to take a break, though. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. WB Wake Up Believes Morning Vibes.
Lot of movement happening over there.
Lot of things we have fun now.
And the 2 minute pause we want to do, I keep the tell people, I don't keep the AC there and I keep it real. I got 2 minute pause for long and hot.
I see Marisol long one new technology thing where
Sharon, you can hear me?
where you plug in.
Yes, I like the fun though.
I think we have Sister India who has not had a chance to jump in.
I don't know
Sister
if they know
India.
they have it on mute.
Are we hearing her? Sister India?
Maybe they don't know.
Sister India?
Sure, on the top.
Then
Zoom conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, India.
We can.
India?
You don't change up your hair, covering.
India?
They're on mute. Tell them they're all on mute.
We are
We're
on
not
mute.
on mute.
He says that we are on mute. We are not on mute unless we are muted in the Zoom. Can we be unmuted in the Zoom? We have Sister India. Can we just sort that out, please?
Greetings.
Yes, Sister India. Finally, get it.
I can hear everyone.
Great.
So what happened now? Uno said, and I get sorted out now. What going on?
Watch out. That don't pass that. We are celebrating 25 years. That's what we're doing. We don't celebrate Sato. We celebrate 25 years of the conversation, and you spent many mornings here with us. So we're just glad that you take the time out.
Well, I have to say, like, I'm honored and what it means to me. Like, I haven't been here for the whole 25 years, but to me, that like a family to me. And I learned so many things being on WB. I learned that I am a little camera shy. I learned me don't want to host no show by myself. I learned many things, you know, and
you learned that you're not Belizean.
I did learn that too, you know, but that's okay. You know what I mean? That's okay. Yeah. So.
India, you don't want to host no show by yourself, no?
No man. Every time I had to host a show by myself, I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I was like in some headlights. You
And
know?
let me ask you this, right? Did you get how early did you get your notice that you be home alone, like we used to call it?
Yes,
Oh man, it's by fire. It's by fire.
By fire, right?
You get to learn
You
by
just have
fire.
to learn quick thing,
You have
and
to,
yeah.
you have to learn quick things. So I think overall, I think many people could sit and watch and go, "Ooh, I want to be a TV personality. I want to be on TV. I want to be this. I want to be that." And then, you have to hold that level of responsibility, and because you're speaking where a whole nation is listening to you.
Yep.
And I don't think that me even having a journalism background, I was more on the writing side, so I was not accustomed. But I will say this, like, it really solidified. I may not be Belizean, but it did solidify, my placement here in Belize, because the people got to know who I am. I wasn't just this strange person walking around, selling raw vegan food and telling people they need to juice and stop to eat up all the judgment and all of them things that, I became someone that people could relate to, that people could even come to if they needed some advice for health, and it became community. I still go through the airport and people still recognize, hey, that's Chef India from WB. So I thank Uno for that. I thank you, Mose, for that. I know that it's not always easy running a station, and I really look forward to seeing more come out of WB with XTV and everything that is going on with whatever is going on. I want to be a part of it, in whichever way.
Give thanks. So as you mentioned, that one of the things I tell people that you cannot advertise for a host on WB. You can advertise for people to work at the station, but to be behind this desk, I will say that we've approached. We get a lot of no's, and it's like, and I understand why, because I think people are conscious that this is not a performative process. and they are very uncomfortable to jump. They don't, and I don't feel any, there's not I understand and respect, but it's just that to some extent, like, this is not a show you apply for and say, well, okay, I want to be in journalism, I want to do this. Like, you guys have all been approached to come in this process and share, and I could imagine like that. But I guess only Dominique had her hand up.
I never know what I was getting into.
Huh?
You know what I mean? I never know what I was getting into, but it was all good. You know, it was all good, and I'm still part of the family, and I still have some things to share. You know, because that's just how it is. You know.
Respect. Anybody else want to jump in?
I know one of the things are rough. That when you want the host and the brother to call you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have no idea. Jeez. That I like you. And I like it, but my gosh. What do I talk about that people will care about? And because and even when people call, if you're hosting by yourself, because this show, I mean, I think this show in particular, like, people not dress up for watch the show and go out. This are very into people watching in their pajamas and their coffee. They feel like you end up in their house, right? And then you also have to be a beacon of empathy, because you have no idea when nobody will call you about if that's something that is really tragic or something will really rally up when Mr. Callimore or somebody will really have opposite politics. There's a particular caller that I remember who has very right-leaning politics and who was particularly against anything leftist, right? And so you have to, like,
She must be the one right now. She born by WhatsApp. Maybe not be WB
But there are also wonderful days when, like, I particularly enjoy when Miss Corey would call. I'm such a student of life, right? So when she speaks, it's just, I'm learning so much. But that whole thing by yourself thing, my gosh. When it was, I said, man, please.
I always would say to you that this is not how the show is designed. It's not designed to have one host. It's really a function of financial reality that, you know, and how challenging it is to create the partnerships to have people come in the space. So it's not ideal. It's not what we want.
But this show knows that, I mean, you have carved out this show as a personality show. Yeah. And you are such a central part of what the show is. The show has two elements, that you have a grassroots philosophy like Bacon, but you as a personality. I guess I'm going to do it. Me and Moses really show, if Moses don't make it say a morning, we going to say, oh, you know, like Moses. But really, the WUB is our most personality show. You can't change it.
You can't get away from that.
I don't know about that.
But that's a fact.
I know agree with that.
That's true.
I know agree with that. I think I'm just probably I did the most time.
Mose, you're so natural. You're so natural with it. It's like you were called to do this.
Yeah.
For sure, you know.
I don't. But you already know this. You know how long, how hard, how much work it took for Mose to come on the show.
I'm on the panel show.
Mose never on the panel talk show.
I accidentally
cost you 25 years, but that's right.
I run into a 25-year accident. I can tell you that. I never want to go on TV, and X again start me out and say, how the hell is show not going on TV? Yeah. We probably going to make money on the TV. I'm still not make no money, so.
And you tell Dominique how challenging it was to get on TV. What's to get back?
I've been able to get calls, and I have to call Miss Carol, who called me. I have one of them where strong to the show.
Yeah, Miss Carol is alone.
Good morning.
Yes, this is the crime show?
Yes, it is, sir.
Mose Hyde?
Yes, Mose Hyde is here along with all of the WUB.
Greetings, my name is Mose Hyde. Bungi. This is Ramadan X, I'm also an X. I want to big up and give respect to the anniversary of Creme and the good staff. They give big by XTV X, by Mose, and of course by Nuri Mohammed. Sister Yaya, which I know from a distance, but I'm acquainted with her. Big respect. Because he said no wait till the Monday to tell her in good, so I tell you no.
Respect.
Respect, one love.
All right,
Thank you, brother.
Could you allow me just to call Miss Cower because I really need to do that.
But to what Marshall may say, and the people in Carolina say that your brand. Yes, we not because we know the claim for we space and time and energy, but like one of the things where indeed I do what I want. I don't want to say when Mose say when they close the show. Because I only like here when Mose say. So anytime I close the show, I don't care that me, I know the say, because I only like here when Mose say. And then I, my feelings too, you know. If Mose don't host up, then you be, me not care for what you do. Real time.
Yeah, listen to me, I just want to know that. I just want to know that. Listen to me. As you could imagine, during the break, I turned me back, got deal with something when I make my one sign, and by the time I come back, big quarrel go on around this desk. Listen, as you can expect, right? Let me
I'm gonna just feeling make the Saturn sister Carol because you can't have the I'm the lower time.
Oh, you're lower time.
I don't know.
I can't see if I get Miss Carol because she called and I never take a call. I know Miss Kuna call.
Blessed good morning.
Good morning, Miss Carol. I had to call back. We run out of time, but yeah.
Blessed 25. I called, but what happened, I'm not getting through to the number from the studio. I got through to the other number and the technician told me I need to call that number, the 2805848. So I tried.
Well, we got you there on.
That's right.
Morning, Miss Carol.
Good morning, Mr. Marsh.
Morning.
Morning, sister.
How old 200 children now? Because we knew them as youths and now they must be young adults.
You want to feel old?
Then grow up on the show.
You want to make I feel old? When they send me pictures and videos, Larry, Erlan just graduated with a bachelor's. Man, Larry taller in man.
Taller than his father
taller in pa.
Wow. Now they banter who we watch.
Yeah,
Larry was good.
Erlan is 21, Larry is 23.
Listen to me, Larry, that Larry that the original WB fan, not that he is.
He is, not me.
That he make gonna get to WB as a 4-year-old?
He was 3.
WUB, baby.
Imagine that.
Yeah, Larry was 3, and what happened, I cheated him a year because sitting watching Mose and Kalila, he was like, what is that man drinking? I said, no. I said, okay. He said, I'm going to sit here to listen to what he's drinking. And then I was doing my chores and he's like, mommy, he's drinking coffee. Coffee is not good for him. I would like this man to be at my graduation when I graduate from university. I said, son, that's not our business. He said, but if you care for someone, it's got to be our business. So he asked, and after that, after the year, I finally said, okay, we need to meet him. And
we met at the football game?
Was at the football field,
at the football game, yeah.
MCC.
Yeah.
MCC.
He came up to me and said, you need to stop drinking coffee.
Yes. Did you stop us?
I stopped drinking coffee for about 16 years.
Wow.
Right away. He said that.
He come before meeting.
Then what happened? What he told you when he said, you need to stop drinking coffee.
He told me that he put coffee in the plant and the plant died. So if it kills the plant, it kills us. Wow. So I remember everything Larry said that day. And I did not drink coffee again for 16 years. But I now must confess, I have been drinking coffee.
He heard.
But listen to me, 16 years That's still. Give me some. Give me some.
That's a fact,
Yeah, but the thing is, like what he told you, said, Mommy have something that she can make for you.
So how?
So take it to the studio.
I have a change. Because if it's a whole any minute.
That's true. Give me the cassava.
Yeah. After that, that was it. That was it.
Like I said earlier, Ms. Cowell, the friendships and the people who I don't feel I would have gotten to know if it were not for WB. I am forever grateful. I feel that makes me a wealthy man to have that as a part of my journey. Yeah, man. So give thanks and to all the people. I know that I'm forgetting people's names and people and whole feelings. Cause that's a part of it too. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So we continue the journey, and we are blessed to have you and the WUB family in our family.
Respect. Thanks,
Thanks, Ms. Carol.
Thanks, Ms. Carol.
You're welcome, Marsh. Blessings, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Again, because we're out of time, and you know that we try
You know,
our best.
Mose, before you
Most of
continue,
us.
you should have done more than one show for a 25-year anniversary.
Huh?
25-year anniversary, we deserve
More than one
a
show.
Yeah,
Just
man.
a special.
Yes, man.
We need to really going hard for this WUB.
Yes.
WUB don't know
Well,
jokes, you know.
Let me say this.
WUB that was serious fixture in a lot of people's lives.
Yes.
I had no idea about the impact because I come out for that show at 2014. I was there 2024, 10 years ago. And that show still impact my life up to now. So I want to quarrel with you right now and make you know you should have had one special.
Yeah.
And we always quarrel anyway, so that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
don't know.
agree. I think that maybe we should do like a little special, include some health things, look forward to the future. 'Cause we ought to get old.
Keep us healthy, sister, in there.
Yes, let's do it, man.
You were saying something, Brother Nuri?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say that my interaction with Mose tells me that he's an extremely creative person, but he's also impulsive. So that a plan like this, I didn't find out about it until last night. So I had to make a very quick to come, but I knew the idea would have worked, even though it was impulsive, because I find a lot of his creativity comes out of brainstorming and coming up with an idea.
No, I think one, I'm comfortable putting, make like you say, make it be but we.
Yeah.
So I never really want to have nothing going at the same time. I can't disrespect the 25-year journey, all the people who contribute to it. It is something to have one show the last 25 years. You have to give it that respect. But I don't want to overdo that, I don't want to make it seem more important than it is ultimately. But we have to just respect it. So I mentioned it to Sister Yaya. I said, we have to Bram, I need for have one league get together. I think we can still have one league get together. I think we can have some good conversations.
Let's
and good
have a
quarreling.
party.
Huh? She's saying that, sir? Oh, come on, she's saying that. We can't party with you. We see you on Facebook.
Yes, you're an awesome dancer. Awesome. We never heal up. I know at WB, we were saying that we have to heal up a King Man too.
Oh, yeah, man. Easy, crazy. Bless. We gotta take this call because we kind of really disrespect the call all morning. WB.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
And I think between Lota and Providence, that nobody just a part of the family.
Yes.
You know, I get me call up myself, no? And I want to beg the indulgence reminding people that the Charlie Burton the guy, annual Christmas party this Saturday. I want to say, lots of goodies and lots of fun and games and things. So I want to invite people to just stop by. There are lots of gifts, Secret Santa, we drop off gifts, we give away, and we're happy to be a part of this process. I want to say happy holidays to everybody there. No quarrels, just love and good vibes.
What time is it, G, Mike?
From 1 to 7. Monday afternoon, we got a big football game. We got to have some carriage drive. We got a lot of fun and things, items that happen.
So when I talk, show enemies then. But we're not enemies in our real life. But it's one of the WUB enemy.
We don't have believe in our way and the one for real.
It used to be more. It used to be more adversarial in those early days, Marsh.
Remember, I do. The days of the machine.
It used to get very serious. Yes, Sister India, we're out of time, and I don't want to go past 9 like some of the other hosts.
Since I'm a talk, I just want to bring up Evanix.
Yes, I just also wanted to say big up everybody who is behind the scenes who make it happen too, who are a fixture of the WB family, Park Cliff, everyone who's on the cameras, everyone who's dealing with accounting, you know, everyone who's dealing with all of the stuff behind the scenes. We love Uno as well, you know, and without Uno, WB wouldn't happen. So I give thanks for that, you know.
Give thanks. I do feel kind of funny that Parkcliffe is not here. Guys, respect to the team here, but Parkcliffe is one of the original technical members of the crew. But the man on vacation, and no he didn't watch. He know he missed out. Cause you know how he go. But must he really grumble up himself right now? How they never tell me.
Respect to Parkcliffe.
I'm on vacation. I got big wins. I have to respect big wins. International. Yes,
oh, yeah, big wins.
Big wins. Big wins, you're there, you know, brother.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about that. You there, Mose?
Yes, you're there, and we got you on, brother.
All right. I know you're crunching for time, but I just want to say happy 25th. You know I've been locked in for many years. Go way back. Wishing you 25 more years and keep on doing big things at Creme behind the zinc fence.
Bless, brother. Bless. Give thanks for the support. WUB, good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Mandingo show. With more fight.
We're here with lot of people, my brother. With lot of people. With lot of fine special people.
That's the way I know it's a long time. You know?
The Mandingo show.
The Mandingo station. But anyway, it's me back again. I just want to quickly, I forgot two important people in your family right now in the studio. And the one is the great Marshall Nunez.
Thank you, sir. I'm grateful.
I happen to know him from far too. I used to call him, when I meet him on the street, I used to holler, Marshall. Maybe the man remember me. And now I'm like just like him. And also, the brother from the tourist village, Almendaris, I know him from a distance. I used to be behind the Berlin Wall, which is the old Mirab building. I used to be a member of that union there behind Mirab. And he was a part of, used to come around and greet you. So big respect again. I've done because of the whole time. One love.
Thanks. With Larry G's permission, we could get an extra 10 minutes, Larry G. What you say?
Yes, check with the stew crew.
What you say?
Yes, check with stew, man. It's still crew. You have to check with Ben.
What? I don't really hear it.
That's all I hear.
I damn a yes or no question.
He said, yeah, no.
All right, thank you.
Good.
Yes, Sharon?
Well, I just want to say, when Miss Carol called in, it reminded me of just the tenderness of people were connected to the show, and it really means a lot because sometimes my heart may beat fast on my chest. I tell, oh my God, I feel like I can't pass out when it comes to some situations we have to deal with on the show. But having people like Miss Kona, Miss Gwen, Miss Carol, Big Wins, Mr. Reyes, I don't want to forget other people, right? But these people were like family. They're always checking in. Mr. Reyes, if we ever made the mistake of not recording a show, he always was able to provide a copy for us, you know. And just having these people connect with us and being our guardian angels, and especially for times when Mose would have to go out of the country and go do different things, and you end up on a show or you have to go on guest host. They really help to make you feel. Because Mose, I think you're the one person where 100% comfortable on a show, even though you say you have social anxiety, blah blah blah. I don't believe it. When it comes to the media, you 100% own it. And I used to see you in person and in action. So I can't.
Sharon, you know me long time. You know me when I had the quoting classmates of yours. So, like, you know me. So, no make it seem like I beat.
Well, the part that I true.
Yeah,
but when it comes to actually performing on the show, I know performing.
It's easier for me communicate. It's more comfortable if I could dip on a stage front of 20,000 people that no bother me. Put me in a room with 10 people and I different. That is me, right? And put me front of a camera and mic, I guess you do this for now, whatever length of time I do it, then I hope that I become more comfortable. But when I first come, I never knew what I want to do. And I really now realize that, goodness gracious, like, I'm 27 going to be 28 when I started WUB. And I think back now that I'm kind of young for to deal with this.
I had money at Right, Mose?
Huh?
I had money at
I had hair. Period.
And in the black.
Huh? Sister India, you somehow find the mute button again. That you love the mute button.
You have the
Mose. She's there talking and we can't hear her.
You can hear me now.
Yes.
You have the Mose who they're on the show, and then you have the Mose who that's like private outside, right? And they're very different people, for sure. So, you know, like like I said, you were born to be the stewardship of WB, and we give thanks for your vision and the people who, because really, like for me as a media person coming from the United States, like you don't really get to see independent media in the same way. You don't get to see grassroots media. You don't see people on TV with afro. You know what I mean? Like you don't have that same connection with the grassroots people. So for me, it was more of an inspiration to be able to be next to forever how long someone with so much knowledge of just doing what you're doing and inspiring people and listening to people. Like people literally come to the hosts for help. You know what I mean? And you don't see that in the United States where people literally come for help. Usually you're looking at routers or or AP News and you're regurgitating. But in Belize and on WB, it's like it's the pulse of the people. So I give thanks for that experience. And I know, Mose, you're born for it, for sure.
I don't know all of that, sister. It's just... But I know you're holding the mic.
My experience when I was last part of my time in the United States, I was involved in a program that was produced by Breda in Los Angeles. It was called Belize Caribbean Pulse. And we were there as hosts for about almost 2.5 years, 3 years. But the forum of that show and the interaction of that show being relating with the diaspora as well as relating with Belize made it a very unique show within the Caribbean context. When I came back to Belize, I did not come directly to work with you, Mose, but when I did come to work with you 8 years ago, I felt that this was the forum that was very much like that forum. So there was a level of comfort. There was no sitting down and saying, these are the rules, this is how you do this, and this is how you do it. It was welcome. Of course, I think that had a lot to do with your father also. But being here, I just want to say, has been a comfort for me in being able to express myself.
Let it be known that nobody has ever been prepped to come on the show.
Nobody. They're like baptism by fire.
You just jump in. We have calls. I really have been doing poorly. A lot of calls get neglected, and I think we have to try pay respect for all the hosts where we got you and make sure that and everybody get a chance.
That's why I'm telling you special.
We give a thanks to again everybody will give them time in this. You know, we've had a couple of people substitute hosts. Like maybe a couple of days or so, but I think the only other person that we don't have here is Sister Katie Numi Usher. We send out our best love and respect to her. Again, she was a major contributor for a while there with us. Miss Ann Wade, I feel really, you know, Miss Ann brought what you would call the broadcast, the broadcast pedigree.
Yeah.
Because no me, no Marsha, no most of the people who have been here have ever had any broadcast pedigree. Miss Ann come up, they get that structured institutional training out of the then way of Belize. So her voice, her presence, her delivery, like while we had to be loose, Miss Ann bring that kind of give it polish it up for them one year, polish it up for them one year. And so, Miss Ann, wherever you're there, big thank you for being a part of the foundation.
Then she has the voice to go with it.
Miss Ann's voice is not replicated.
I used to try to practice it, but not on the show, but I mean, you know, in your house.
You sound like them newscaster. The whole bunch of them, I believe, for the most part, go listen to the U.S. newscaster and then try come with them fake. I think will get me vexed. Or just read the news in all the natural voice. That is SARS zinc fence, that people are allowed to be their authentic self. I said, that's why you show yourself, be yourself, and say yourself.
If you read the news to me now, I don't want to hear it. I want to hear it like Miss Ann. I want to hear Miss Ann read the news. So I like.
Sisters being regular.
You mean as far as callers? I got to say enough love to Miss Gwen again. Miss Gwen used to call me every Friday morning.
Yes. Cousin Gwen.
Yes. Give me the
she
title.
Called me Magadi.
Give me the title of Mr. Richagua.
What that mean?
Richagua, the mean that like I said, like how do I describe it? No, they're not bombastic. They're like you're rich in your presence and your qualities and your, that like there's not an English equivalent to Richagua.
But you know what good about it?
Richagua.
Yes, that language in the accent. That's I love it.
They have the words. They need so much words.
Lose yourself, Mrs.
But I did try and do it how this is how right Sharon, this is how Miss Gwen explain what the word mean, right?
Exactly. But you need like a word to really explain what it means.
Yeah, you can't take one. Yeah.
And then when you explain what it means, you have to do actions, which are, you know, like what you mean to do just now, like Richagua. You have to really put it in there.
Richagua.
Oh, hey, I never big up Miss Birdie. Oh my gosh,
Miss Birdie.
Miss Birdie, I love you so much, Miss
You
Birdie.
make with it. You see this are the thing when you go down that lane.
I know.
But not the richness side.
Because
Miss Birdie,
you
give me
know
my
people.
first makeup set.
Huh?
Come, Miss Birdie, give me my first makeup set. Cause when I used to go up on a show, I just bathe and go up on the show. I just bathe with my hair, boom, up on the show. Nothing for my face. Nothing wrong with that, you know. But she was like, you know, Sharon, I have a little makeup thing here, and you know, if you want to try it or whatever. I said, oh yes, I would, because I like makeup, but I just never bother with it. And she was the first person to give it to me. So thank you, Miss Birdie.
Obviously.
And she did a lot. She used to bring food for us too.
Obviously, there comes a time when others take these seats, and one thing we could say that everybody that has been a part of this show for the 25 years have kept up one level of performance, one level of standard of speaking and handling issues that vary in weight and seriousness, but they have represented the guiding philosophy of the WUB, which in my view, could never be a person. So I push back for anybody who said WB to me. WB bring a version of me where I have to maintain according to the values of WB. This is our conversation, and this is our process where, organic, but it's a living consciousness where we present a lot of people whose name you don't even hear call, and out of obligations to them people, we have to keep this to be what it is. So even when I know we know that who they out there, know where if it be like. And if we bring 3 total strangers back at this desk, everybody where they listen, everybody where they watch, if they run over the foul line, they want to know where God they serve. Because the sun stand, they don't know where WB for be. Yeah. They don't know where rep. Yeah. They don't know they don't know where this organism about. And if you don't come with that, then you want to get started out. Because the studies go.
Yeah. And I think one of the areas where, and that's even before WUB, is a respect for grassroots language, Creole particularly, because all the other media houses feel the necessity to speak the king's language, which is English. Whereas here, it is English still, but that roots, that feeling, that organic conversation where people have on there every day, they go, yeah. Whereas they don't hear that from other media houses. Creole, very important.
As a person I watched WB and I remember in 2006, one of the things where I really like when, and no Mose grew up in that household where they not compliment people. They don't wait for them to move on, so I know he's not comfortable with it. But at the same time, giving respect to one process, one of the things where I really like, you know how we have our value for when Sister Sandra Corey Carlin, even though people complain how they talk so long, they should have given her in one show. You know, people got things to say about, they're not all the hosts or people who they have the public like or warm up to right away, they got things to say and they don't stop you in your ears. But one of the things where and people stop and tell about what they like or don't like about other hosts, but one of the things where I get consistently about Mose, the analogy. He take complex thing, especially when he use Creole, like we said, Brother Nuri, and broke it down like when he said, right, and then for me, what I said, I think I understand something, but like I think that yesterday, the day before, when he called the redistricting, I'm like, I get it. That's something I have to hear things more than once, but most really good analogy. And so this is our community space and knowledge, and like what everybody else said, that they back up, give a take of it.
More knowledge communal we go.
I really appreciate that people feel seen. That's why I really like say yourself, show yourself, be yourself, because people feel comfortable in this space for just show up as themselves. And I know we don't mention this person, but this person I mean very much because WB started radio, Conda TV, but it's always simulcast on Creme Radio, even though they're on social media more, was definitely JCR's who absolutely shown scientists big respect.
Yeah, but I don't want to say this, and clearly you're closer to him than I would be. But a lot of this goes back to Evan Hyde. Right. He set a pattern within the context of Belize more than 25 years ago about the authenticity of yourself as Creole, because we grew up schizophrenic. We grew up with the belief of our teachers telling us, even in school, not talk like that, and learn how to talk this way. And it was Evan Hyde over 50 odd years ago, who, when UBAD was developing and all the speakers on the forum were talking Creole, it was a new reality. And that reality, I think, has gone into the newspaper, into the radio, and here again in television. That's my experience.
People hear about Evan Hyde, but I know Evan Hyde. And yes, I'm a pa, and yes, he provide and build me and all of that, and I love him to the ends of the universe and respect him immensely. But not because of that, I could say that that brother is different. You have a different people are there 25 years, and I know I have on many times, many occasions, express point of view where my partner really rate or agree with. I know on many occasions people where my old man not really rate or agree with, utilize the WB space. But not one day, not one time, my pa ever come to me even though he build this and he pay the bills for this for decades. Ever. And remember now that he put bread and milk in my mouth. And through him come my living consciousness. Never one day say that when you say that pan the air for. Not one day. Ever call me and tell me, you need to say this. You need to talk that. You might think that that might sound ordinary, but there are not a lot of people give you space like that. So, because that his natural way, that spread into how this whole thing runs. It build upon you got your space. We not agree with you every time with everything, but we agree fundamentally that a human being figure his space and his right to express how he feel honestly. So that's how we build, because that a moving current around here. Respect. We got people of all different personal belief around here, political belief and leanings. We not ask nobody if you come show we who they vote for. You could there right there and listen to propaganda and you know, say we got UDP back here, we got Muslim back here, we got atheists back here, we got Christian back here. You name it, we got it. But we operate with that respect. And when the time for require an argue, we argue and quarrel and burn out and then
that's right.
We go back on it. We got Rasta back here. Right? That is what it is. So I want to just give thanks to Evan side. Because WB has happened and has been the way it is because of that moving current. Talk your mind. Say what you want to say. Good. Respect. That is where that come from. Could you imagine that? I can't imagine I had a scene kind of thing with none of my pictures and just I build something, then they give a talk about on it and then they just talk anything when they want. And I can't tell them I'm not there with what they said.
That's true.
Well, I will say, listen, many years ago, I was fired without cause from a publisher who owned a paper and I wasn't even her child, did not want me to do my job and do what I had came to do. So big up. That's a real rarity. That's a real rarity.
It is. It is. And anybody who's been around and knows what's going on in this field understands how significant it is. So big up.
Some people have a hard time believing that, you know.
I know. I know. Because, ultimately, like you said, sister, I not come up with no powder in. I come up, they get cussed up. I know I get, for me, I don't know that the way how I know my old man okay is when they say nothing. And when they say nothing, that like if he say alright, you're doing a good job. Otherwise, and that way he burn me out for. Yeah, way he come burn me out for. Every minute they say
He did that to me.
Everything now you know whether a new word or make us say this. He point out your phrase the way you song ridiculous.
Your annoyance.
Yeah.
I
say you got crutch words in this and you have to conscious of your crutch words. Or if he see one spelling for one death announcement and that no spell correct, then you are hear about it, you are know God you serve then.
You need that.
That's so that brother there, but never ever come and say, listen, I born out to a man where he had a major relationship with for a long time and I end up burn out the man. Burn out. And that the man will give one initial startup loan for make a mandala gun to printing press. Can you imagine that? And a man never ever said to me, but you can't talk about me. And I imagine the Bali must see whole feelings. But that's so this bill.
Real.
Pan the mindset and worldview of Evan X Hyde. WUB. So no can call my name about WUB. This day for 25 years. Take that brother. I want thank you because
we're gone way over time.
We're way over time. I turn new and
if you try to hand up, you try to store up for the hand, no, name it. That the thing. Finally, looking at the camera, brother. Looking at the camera. They're on TV.
Sister, you know how long you tell brother Nuri for do that, you know, do it?
It just be stubborn as always. When I tell him the first time, I'm humbly said, but no, you know what, do it till he want to do it. Typical Nuri.
Put the head straight up.
That one was just spent the last minute explain. Right, Nuri?
Well, I think we got one last break or we're done? We're done with breaks? We got one more break. I don't know. I want to thank India. I want to thank David. I want to thank Sharon. Kalila. I guess I never show Sharon the giant. You make my man. You make the show for giant sister. Cause I really never know. And then Sister Yaya said, "Well, I want to try." And you come,
you message me late and I answer late, but I say, you know what? That is share the impact of the WUB. Because maybe if you say Mose why or whatever, but when they say WUB 25 years, that's the queen, that's the king, that's the everything, you know. And you're right, Evan X really put something out there for us that it's unmatched. I don't care how much talk show they out there, I believe. You know, this is the #1 show where we just really give the power to people. Like we can see the slogan for Mandala, power to the people. That this show do that for the people, and I love it from now till forever. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Changed my life.
Continue to fly. Mr. Dominic, continue to fly. Give thanks. The youngest one, the youngest veteran.
Share the big baby. She taller than always.
Super grateful. This is a huge part of my this yard, a huge part of my consciousness. This community, a huge part of who I am, and I know I agree with everybody all the time, and sometimes I get rough up and thing, but I know it's always in love. And
call name.
And I know it's always in love, and I know it's always I know I always find a home here. When the world mashed me up, does Zinc save me? When the world mashed me up, Zinc saved me, and Zinc continues to be, I very rarely say no. And so I look forward to the next 25 times infinity of this show. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to have seen this in my own life and get to be a part of it as well.
Well, at 27, you'll probably be around 51.
Yeah.
And still young.
You're prime.
Very young.
Yeah. That's good. We go to a final break and come back and wrap. are unfortunately out of time here. This could happen. It quite likely is going to go on even off the air. Manchester India, it's been too long. We've not seen each other in the physical realm, but it's still great to have had you present. We are out of time. The morning stew is next. The team has to wrap. We want to thank the team for being tolerant, for allowing us. Marshall, again, as one of the foundation members of WUB, one of the forming members of WUB, like this is like a band. One of the original members of the Temptation.
But they're coming back.
You know,
still alive.
Never done.
Original lead vocalist for Temptation.
Never.
All right. We want to thank the team, Larry G at Creme Radio, Harlan Wagner, who is holding it down for Cliff Lewis, who is on holidays, and in the control room, Christy Flowers. You know how this works. Tomorrow morning, it is back to business as usual. Noor Mohammed is going to be in the house. Trust me, we are delayed, but we will not be denied getting up on the matter of what has taken place in our territory with the GAF. That just can't leave pause button for this morning, but for sure, that's not a matter that will go unengaged upon, undiscussed, if there's such a term. Anyhow, stand strong, stand firm. For now, we go!
Wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving.